we're talking about green and inclusive transportation, but given the number of people in the world, the number of people on travel, can we really achieve that aim?
Well, I think we can in aviation. I mean, we're definitely on track to do it. We've been working on it for quite a while, and we work together as an industry. You know, we fight over lots of things, but this is one thing that we concur on, and each segment of aviation has its plan, and where it has to be integrated, we are integrated. We work through a group called the Air Transport Action Group, and they coordinate and make sure the collaboration continues. And we have one little piece that we have to get done through the International Civil Aviation Organization, so the governments get together on a common scheme. And there are other things that we really need from government, but I think industry is progressing quite well. So far we're on the targets that we had set several years ago to make the ambitious targets, but to keep going, we will need some regulation. It's one of the few times industry is actually asking for regulation, so we make sure we have a harmonized, integrated scheme worldwide.
Is this going to be the key thing? I mean, it does seem to me that we need to start joining up the dots and making our transport infrastructures much more connected, if you like.
Well, I think, certainly we're connected. You know, aviation is all about connections, just by its very nature, at least international aviation. You know, every trip involves at least two airports, so it's connected by nature. But as far as the efforts to become greener, yes, we definitely have to be connected. It's something that we recognized a while ago, and I think it has to go for every mode of transport.
How important is something like the ITF to achieving these kind of aims?
Well, it's very important. And you see all these transport ministers from different countries, sometimes neighboring countries. I think you've heard, I've certainly heard in some of these discussions, how necessary it is to integrate. You know, the borders are really kind of meaningless when it comes to trying to get sustainability. So we have to act as though they're meaningless so that we make more progress, particularly, I don't want to single out any particular mode, but particularly road, because so many individual decisions are implicated to get reductions in emissions caused by road, which I think is probably the largest contributor to CO2 emissions. And so these cities and these countries need to get some joined up thinking to have some concerted action to make those reductions.
What do you hope will come out of this forum this year?
Well, it sounds like they're making some progress on agreeing on some of the particulars from the Paris Agreement, because you know those principles were established and we're very happy about that, but now you have to get down to cases, to how you're going to actually implement them. And this is the group to make those determinations and to actually get the implementation going.